Joseph. Uko na t-shirt leo? Hello. Hello. Yes. Yes.
Your Excellency, thank you.
How are you? Very well, thank you. Very good. Kevin. Salama. Good. So the
Sinuka since umeinama chini.
That's why performance. Those of guys, not so much like here on Saturday.
the water comes back and then you just continue generating electricity.
But we're learning in order to make it beautiful.
So even this is not out of Tretopa?
Yeah, so this is the tobacco we are talking about. So by implementing this, we could be solving one of the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, goal number 9, which is industrialization.
In this exhibition is supported by Cuba historians.
Thank you so much. Wow! A round of applause for them. What a moment for them. An effort of blood, sweat and tears. A big congratulations to them. Fantastic stuff. A big congratulations right there. 50,000 Kenya shillings in the bag. A trip to Ireland and a scholarship. A scholarship all courtesy of Strathmore University. That is the third. And of course I also get his on that. Fantastic stuff. As you can see, evidently overwhelmed. Asanteni sana for that. Asanteni sana for that. There you go. Thank you so much, of course. A round of applause right there. Fantastic stuff. Lift your plaques and your prizes up high. There you go. And of course, as you can see right there, if it didn't selfie, it didn't happen.
The reason why Safaricom is here is because when you look at our network, we have about 4 million young people who use our services on a daily basis. And actually, if you look at the demographic of Kenya, it would be impossible for us to say that we are progressing as a country if we're not looking at the effort that is being put in the young people. So I think for us, when this vision was birthed about 3 years ago by the previous Irish ambassador to Kenya, he actually called me to his office and we had a conversation The reason why we actually took it up was because of the impact that we saw it was going to have across the country. And I know when we started off last year, we were not able to visit all the counties, but I'm proud to see that this year we've been able to go to over 47 counties across the country. It has been great to see that even students from previously marginalized areas, the arid and semi-arid areas, have now been included. And it has been fantastic to see what we can be able to produce. As a company, we say that when we come together, great things happen. And I think today is a testimony to that. We have come together, different parts, private, public, the diplomatic community, to be able to bring this to birth. So for us is to say, well done. And as we keep reminding you in Blaze, greatness requires internal toughness. Today is just a beginning of many other things that you're going to be doing, but we commit as Safaricom to continue to support you in your journey. All the very best and congratulations.
And I'd like to encourage you to keep going this way, because it's not only that you can make a huge impact at your individual county levels, but also at our national levels and at the global level of science. Your ideas are ever so relevant to some of the challenges that we face. And as a country, we would like to promote international science and promote our involvement. So indeed, you are very special to us, and I congratulate you all for working so hard. You are indeed all winners, and I look forward to your involvement in the years to come.
Through the projects that they have pioneered, the students are tackling many of the big challenges facing Kenya and the world. We saw in the hall the challenges from climate change, food security and crime, through to healthcare and disability. Your projects really demonstrate ingenuity, resourcefulness and compassion for your fellow citizens. It's more than 50 years ago, the Young Scientist competition started in Ireland, and it's proved critical on our development journey. So I was delighted that the Embassy has been able to work very closely with the Ministry of Education and our partners to bring young scientists to Kenya. The Government of Ireland, through our embassy here in Nairobi, is committed to working with you to ensure that YSK continues to empower and encourage young people here in Kenya to excel at STEM. This year, many of you know, we expanded the competition to all 47 counties, and I want to recognise each and every student who participated here. Although, regrettably, you can't all win top prizes, I really hope you've had a memorable experience and that you leave here feeling valued, encouraged, and determined to continue your scientific endeavours, because we're counting on you to be the teachers, the researchers, the scientists, the innovators of the future. I want to end with some thanks. My special thanks to the teachers gathered here for your work over so many years to guide, inspire and motivate the students. You have been really critical on their journey to this hall. A sincere thanks to our very hard-working panel of judges. In many ways, I think you might have had the toughest job trying to choose winners from among the 235 fantastic projects out there. My thanks to our dedicated advisory board, hard-working secretariat, and my own team at the Embassy. Quick thanks to our sponsors, of course, without whom this would not be possible. Safaricom, our main sponsor, the Institute of Physics, Strathmore University, Concern, Trocra, Self-Help, Africa, and in the French Embassy, and indeed all of the mentors, sponsors, and others without whom this would not have been possible. So let me end as I began, with a note of celebration, given the joyful occasion that it is today. To each and every one of the 400 students gathered here, I want you to know that today is your day. It's a day to celebrate your achievements and those of your friends and your partners and peers. We're so very proud of you, and I want to wish each and every one of you continued success and happiness in all your endeavours.
I was here last week with His Excellency the President, and I also went through the exhibition. And then today with you, Your Excellency, most of the things we saw today I did not see with His Excellency the President. And I can only attest to one thing, that this country of Kenya, of ours, is endowed with some of the best brains in the world. And that the Almighty God did what I have known all along in my life. He was very fair in the distribution of intelligence. It does not matter which color, what religion, how much you have in your pocket. He has distributed the intelligence across the road, because the thing that caught my attention this afternoon in your presence is a project from Kilifi. And therefore, this is all that I will say, Your Excellency, before I invite you to address the people. I do not understand what happens after this test tube stage. And your good government, the nation, the only problem your good government has to do is to find a way of transforming this talent into something that is measurable in future.
Because we must not only catch up, but also compete relentlessly with the best in the world, we have to scale up our engagement with the science, technology, and innovation space, especially among our young people. As the world approaches the limits of its natural resource endowments, technology, the multiplier of efficiency, and innovation, the capacity to deliver new ways of seeing the world, will constitute a very big part of our competitive advantage. Science, therefore, is going to firmly rule the future, and we have to be ready to adopt this continuously changing world. What I have seen here today gives me reason to look to the future with optimism. The level of commitment shown by participating institutions and the teams of exhibitors is encouraging. I am impressed by the school heads and teachers who championed, mentored, and prepared the young scientists to compete in this exhibition. You have played an invaluable role in guiding and encouraging each of them, and I applaud you for the time and energy you have invested. You are true builders of this nation. As a scientist myself, I deeply admire and appreciate your work. The stands I had the privilege to visit displayed incredible feats of imagination and application, and the confidence and intelligence of the young scientists is equally admirable. The quality and promise is visible. The large number of exhibitors, as well as the variety of what was on offer, is also highly commendable. 220 items by 165 institutions from every part of Kenya, including 14 special needs schools, is compelling evidence of a nation whose young brains are ready to rule the future. A few years ago, there was uproar when I suggested that Kenya needed a lot more scientists and fewer historians. There were acres of newspaper articles and a lot of online comments, but these awards confirm our collective appreciation of our current reality and the place of science in developing into our future. We need more science in our country. We must develop a bigger interest in STEM courses to change the development trajectory of our country. History, anthropology, and any other social science are not unimportant, nor are they useless. That is not my view. My point is, we have a disproportionate focus on the arts and social sciences, which do not speak to the core of our development agenda. And the numbers bear me out on this point. As per the State of University Education in Kenya report of 2016, only 1 in 4 university students is taking a STEM course. Between 2013 and 2015, for example, only 44 students graduated with a STEM-based degree from our public and private universities, while 137,000 others graduated with business, arts, and humanities degrees. This means about 75% of university students are studying business, the arts, and social sciences. We cannot all study STEM, but if we were to get that number to about 50%, we would have a realistic balance to meet our human resource capabilities for the transformation of Kenya. The type of education, the quality of education, accessibility of our education system to as many kids, as many students, as many people from all walks of life is important and is central to our success. And as a result, I want to encourage all the stakeholders in our education space to work not at cross purposes, but to work together and to support the policy direction that we have taken of ensuring that our education responds to the needs and the requirements of our development paradigm and trajectory. I know there's been back and forth arguments about our competence-based curriculum. I want to encourage all, having been Minister of Higher Education myself, that is a direction we can no longer negotiate about, because that is the direction that holds our future. Only 1 out of every 4 students in the university are doing STEM courses. It's because of our history. It's because of how our education was formulated. And they say it is only fools who don't change their mind. Now that we've discovered that there is something we need to correct, I mean, there is nothing to apologize about. You know, we've discovered that there is something we need to correct. We should correct it. And I want to tell Professor Makoha and your team that you have the support of the entire government in ensuring that competence-based education, the whole training of our human resource is aligned to our requirements, our human resource requirements that will facilitate our Big Four program, Vision 2030, and the overall development of our country. STEM courses provide the kind of skill set that strikes the core of our development agenda. A STEM graduate is more likely to invent, innovate, and solve problems. Our economic dream is to industrialize, to become a middle-income country by 2030. Increasing the number of young people in STEM courses will significantly boost our chances of making this vision a reality. And this is not conjecture. If you review the biggest economies in the world, you will find that all of their education systems have a strong and deliberate bias towards STEM education. South Korea, Germany, Finland, China, Japan, the US, to name a few, all bear out of this theory. In fact, the education system of these countries are engaged in a heated competition to see who can deliver the best STEM education. Science creates opportunities for societies in ways that no other endeavor can match. Let us embrace this reality and guide our children towards the kind of education that can lift all of us higher. I am happy to note that the Young Scientists Kenya has a boot camp where ideas will be incubated and refined through linkages with the private sector and the academy.